knowledge of how the president's mind works, what do you think is his off-camera reaction to the situation in Kosovo and the apparent lack of success of NATO policy so far?
Well, I think it's a little different from what it would have been at the beginning of the administration. I think that when he was first starting out, I think the president would have been, at this point, going through a lot of second-guessing, would have been quite angry, would have been looking to cast around a fair amount of blame. But everything I saw, and I think especially now, over the course of his presidency, is that, particularly in matters of foreign policy, he grew more confident every year and became much better at the job as every year went along. And I think that, and I've talked to a few people who've spoken with him in the last couple of days, and everything I hear is that he is quite steely right now and is not engaging in a lot of second guessing. Obviously the situation is difficult, a situation where there really were no good choices. I think the president is doing the right thing in Kosovo. I think we have to take a stand to stop the killing, to stop what has become genocide in Kosovo. And I do not think that he has to bear the first blame for the fact that Milosevic has now accelerated the activity. It was probably going to go forward anyway. So I think we have to persevere. My hope is that the bombing will work, will continue to destabilize Milosevic and cause trouble in his military. But I see no signs that the president is seriously rethinking the effort.
What is your own opinion as to why the current administration policy in Kosovo failed to anticipate the refugee disaster which has been reported?
Now, that is a very good question. I'm not sure they fully failed to anticipate. I think people believe that there was a chance. And remember that a lot of these massacres, executions, forced removals were happening before the NATO military action. Clearly it has accelerated. I think that the miscalculation was assuming that Milosevic would act as he had in part in the past. In the past, he had always moved up to the point of negotiation and always wanted to be forced into accepting a deal. And I think that our negotiators probably believed that he was willing to accept something like the Rangwile Accords after a few days of bombing. I don't know why exactly they miscalculated. Maybe Milosevic was feeling weaker than they anticipated. He felt that he couldn't, after being bombed, come to the table at all. But I think it's pretty clear now that we're in a situation, I think, where the original deal we were trying to get in Rangwile is dead. I don't think there's any way now you can have autonomy of Kosovo because the hatred is just too deep. I think we're moving much more now towards, at best, something like a partition of Kosovo where the Serbs will maintain some of their historic holy areas in the north and the rest will go to the Albanians in some kind of a protected way. But it's there's no clear answer to that right now.
The Greek-American community in the United States is vehemently opposed to Clinton's decision to lead in the bombing in Serbia. What can the Greek community do to send a message to cease the bombing, at least during the Eastern Orthodox Easter week?
Well, you can communicate, letters, phone calls. I mean, I think this plea has already been made to NATO, and NATO is not going to abide by it, and at least it appears right now that they won't. And I'm a Greek American as well, and I guess I understand the feelings of closeness to the Serbians, both Orthodox. They are neighbors, but I guess I disagree then with the majority of the Greek American community because I believe that Milosevic, in this case, is not acting like a good Orthodox and is not acting with the principles that I think our religion teaches us. I think he is committing a genocide. He has become a war criminal. He has been willing to execute a minority simply because they are his neighbors and they are from a different nationality. And I don't think that that is something that we should support.
Hello, Mr. Stephanopoulos. Greek TV would like to welcome you to San Francisco. Congratulations on your book. We are very concerned and sad about the situation in Yugoslavia. Could you please tell us, should we Greek Americans, should we be concerned about any further situations from any neighboring countries?
Well, I think that is the reason we have to stop the killing and stop the aggression now, I believe, is because of the danger. That if Milosevic is unchecked now, we will have refugees spill over into Macedonia, into Albania. That could end up destabilizing Greece. And what I hope is that Greece can use its good offices, in addition to the NATO force, to convince Milosevic that this activity must stop, the genocide must stop.
Thank you very much.